So, do you have an interview coming up? Is English your second language? Well, I'm here to help you because interviews can be scary. I feel a little bit shaky just talking about them now, but I can make sure that you know how to predict at least 80% of the interview. 80, yeah, that's a lot. Now, obviously, there are some questions that come up at interview that I cannot help you to predict. For example, if your employer thinks it's a really good idea to ask you about how to put a hippo into a fridge, you're not going to be able to predict that. But 80% of that interview is yours, and here are some ways you can make sure you ace that interview by hacking the job description. So the first thing I want you to make sure you do is save the job description for the job that you're having an interview for. Often, by the time they've received applications, they will delete the job interview from the website that you found it on, and you need that job description for your preparation for interview. Doesn't matter where you put it, whether you save it in a file, stick it on your fridge, attach it to don't attach it to your forehead. That won't get you a job. But anyway, make sure you save it. So the first thing I want you to do before your interview is look at that job description and look for any times they explain or describe the type of person they want to employ and the type of skills they want them to have. For example, are they looking for someone creative? Are they looking for someone with a really in-depth knowledge of marketing? Those are the kinds of things you want to be looking out for. Is one of your key tasks going to be managing the social media for that company? Have a look at anything they want you to be and anything they want you to do. Once you've found these things, then you will be able to hack the job description. For example, if they're looking for someone creative, what kind of question do you think they might ask? Can you tell me about a time you've had to be creative in the workplace? What did you do and how did you achieve it? Often you will be asked questions that begin with, tell me about a time. For example, tell me about a time you had to manage a group of people. Tell me about a time you faced a problem with a customer. These are called competency questions, and what you need to do is follow the STAR technique to make sure you can answer these really well. STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. So let's recap. First of all, you've decided to apply for an amazing job. Because you are clever, and Caroline told you to, you have saved the job description somewhere that you will remember. Whether that's on your computer, no, not on your forehead, but you've saved it. You know where it is. Next, you've gone through that job description for anything where the company says what they want you to be like, what skills they want you to have, or what tasks you will have to perform. Once you've found all of those things, you've thought about how they could be turned into a question. So to give another example, if the job description says they're looking for someone with excellent leadership skills, then a question might be, tell me about a time you've had to lead a team through a difficult situation, for example. Now, I've already mentioned the STAR technique. Let's go into a little bit more detail. STAR, situation, task, action, and result. Now, situation, where were you when you had to perform this leadership role? What company were you working for? How long had you been working there for? Next is the task. What did you have to achieve? So if we're looking at this management or this leadership question, then was the task that you had to lead a team through a difficult sales period, for example. The action is how you achieved it, and this is the most important thing. So, how did you make sure your team felt cared for? How did you make sure that the targets were met? Did you set up regular supervisions with your team members? Did you make sure that goals were set at the end of each meeting and progress was tracked? How did you make sure the target was achieved? And finally, result. What was the result of your hard work? Was the team led very successfully? How did it benefit the company you were working for? So, by following this technique, you can create a very precise and well-structured answer to an interview question that you have predicted. Now, there is something really important about planning for these questions. It's great to write notes. Absolutely plan your answers, but the most important thing is that you say them out loud, again and again and again. I don't know if italki will include any of my edits, but if they do, you will see now all of the times when I try to say something without having prepared for it. A lot of yeah. You don't want that on interview day, so make sure that you practice it out loud. Even better, find an italki teacher to do interview preparation with. If they are very good at their job, they will look through your job description and help you plan for the questions you are likely to be asked. Now, obviously, there are a lot of other things you need to do to prepare for an interview. Make sure that you have researched the company. Make sure you've thought about any questions you want to ask them, because remember, this interview isn't just about them interviewing you. You are also interviewing them. You need to decide if you want to work for that company, and when you think of an interview like this, it gives you a lot of power. So I wish you all the best for your upcoming job interviews, for which you have prepared because you've saved the job description. What? You said that? Yeah. Was it me? And I can't wait to hear about all these amazing job opportunities that you are going to be interviewing for, and I can't wait to hear about your exciting careers. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks italki for the opportunity to make this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!